There we go. Shit, I'm tired. Oh, camera's adjusted from when I was doing my titty stream. Why is it? Oh, yeah, I remember. Oh. Oh. What up? What up, bitch? You're the only one here. I just started. Give me a second. Jesus. Oh, he's out. He's fucking out. I don't know if I popped on a random stream and the streamer saw that he had exactly one follower and he was talking directly to them, I would stick around at least for a little bit. Maybe he was just too dumb to know what the hell was going on. Oh man, I just went live. If you ever wondered why, like if you watch a stream or a VOD or a stream in VOD form, at the beginning of the stream, the streamer's always looking around like this for a couple seconds before jumping into things. It's because they don't know that they're streaming. The setup, at least here on YouTube, is really fucking weird. It's really fucking weird. I'll hit the button and then it'll ask me another question, and then I'll hit the button and like the background will change, like it's about to go live, but it's not yet. And then I hit the button again, and then it says you're live, but the shit's still on there. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I guess if you do it enough, you kind of get used to it and you know exactly when you go live, but oh shit. Already pricked the finger. Tomorrow it's this one. It's my favorite one. It's actually not my favorite one. This is my favorite one. Well, these two are my favorite ones. Now, I'm an index guy. I'm an index finger guy. Just the way I have my hands so my knuckles don't bruise. Yeah, you get it. Or you don't. Morning, fellas. Feller. Morning. All right, you want proof that the algorithm does not favor me? I'm going to title... Oh, fuck. Why is this on here? Hold on. I'm not on Steam all the time. But, so I log out when I'm not using it. It eats up a lot of resources running in the background. There's a game I want to play on there. It's called Terra Nil. It's like a strategy sim game. It's very colorful. And you're like terraforming a planet. It looks really fun. I love that shit. Oh, we got another pop-up. The final pop-up after I logged out. All right, there. Oh, I'm so creaky. This morning I slept in. I didn't mean to. Oh, went to bed. A little late. No, I went to bed on time. I don't know. I really don't know. Coffee is this? I think it's that Winco brand. Shitty coffee. Oh, all right, so you want proof that the algorithm is against me. I'm going to title this the Mario movie stream. Right? I'm going to talk about the Mario movie. during all of its hype and buzz. It should get a little bit more, right? But it won't. I've done that shit before. I don't know. No, this channel definitely got hit. It's definitely got reports. Definitely. My most viewed, just go into this channel and hit the most viewed. There you go. There you go. That video not only is like a 30-second clip. It's like a YouTube short before there were YouTube shorts. That video catches so much views. It's got over 1,000 views, which isn't that much, but for a small creator with only 20 subs, yeah, that's a lot. So many views. I go into it every once in a while and I update my spiel. Jesus Christ, that's crazy, man. That video. So much. I've learned so much from the algorithm and viewers and audience and stuff like that, based off of the analytics. For instance, that video doesn't just randomly pop up. Everyone in there down in the comments outraged and flipping me shit, and the leftoids freaking out because I said a word, or technically a combination of 2 words. They manually entered it in, like they typed it out in the search bar to specifically look for a video of this type, so they could go in there and be outraged. They specifically typed that shit in. So either they were looking for it. Well, they were looking for it. That's not the question. They're either on one side of the aisle or the other, pretending they're not. It's so weird. It's so weird. There's more evidence that the internet isn't real life. You know what is one of the grossest things is when you do a quick brush, when you're brushing your teeth real quick. You're not doing a full-on brush, but you just had breakfast, you have oatmeal in your teeth or whatever, you're about to do a stream, right? I just went in there, no toothpaste. I just went over, I just kind of, because I got one of those, I just went over the fronts real quick to get any gross shit out. And no toothpaste, but it's foaming up and frothing up. It's just my spit, oatmeal, gunge, and bad breath all mixed up in a fucking smoothie, frothing around in my fucking mouth. It is the grossest shit. I couldn't spit out and fucking rinse and get some coffee fast enough. That shit is so fucking gross. Anyway, I mentioned the Mario movie. I was going to talk about 2 things, but I'll save that for a video. I think that's just going to be a video. I'm not just going to stream and erase my streams all day. All right, so I'll pop up like a morning stream, and then when I go to do my next one, I erase the old one. It's gone I don't erase it. I hit private, but it's gone forever. It's a stream. I want to incentivize people to actually watch live, not watch the stream video. But I think I'll leave the previous one up starting today. I was privating them, so I'll do that. And then I'll just have like that days and the previous days up if you wanted to go back and watch it. My last one didn't get very many views at all. Got like 2. Oh, that was a good stream though. Yesterday's was. I had a fan come in, follower, Mr. Scott, who randomly sent me a PlayStation Network invite years ago. I'm like, who the fuck is this? He's like, oh yeah, I'm a fan. I watch your videos. I'm like, oh great. It's like, fuck it, whatever. He doesn't harass. He doesn't like hit me up on messages. Just chilling. I don't have that many friends on PlayStation because I primarily play on Xbox. So I'll go on my friends list and check them out. See, he's always on there, always playing and shit. Yeah, he doesn't harass. And then he shows up randomly. I recognized his name immediately. Cool dude, cool dude, cool dude. That was fun. All right, can we talk about the topic? No, we can't. No. It is. Did I mention it yesterday? I don't think I did. It was the white one's birthday. It was Lakitu's Lakitu. Lakitu. Tuin. Lakatook. Hi. Was it your birthday yesterday? Yeah? Were you 3? Was 2 and 3 in? He came running to say hi. Happy birthday, baby. Oh, show everyone your shaved tummy. Show everyone that pink tummy. Ooh. Show everyone those fucking buttholes and balls and shit. Yeah. Good boy. Yeah, it was his birthday yesterday. Usually we all right, this is my wife, it's not me, you know. We get them gifts and usually a cake and put the candle on top and sing and film it, and I play along. The whole thing's kind of dumb. I love the cats. I really fucking do. I really fucking do. I'll cry like a baby when they go. I wonder if people... Reagan backwards! The fuck up? What the fuck up, Sam? Oh, nigger. Okay, like I wasn't gonna say that. I'll say that shit all fucking day. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Reagan backwards. I haven't heard that one, actually. What up, Sam? Anyway, yeah, I play along with all that fucking shit. The birthday and the candles and stuff for the cats. My wife really is into that. We don't have kids, and we're getting to the point. We're not at the hard cutoff yet, but we're very fast approaching the cutoff where we will never have kids. You know, we've discussed. We don't think we want to. We don't think we want to do that shit. So this is what we got. Trump 20. You know, I mean, who else are we going to vote for? You know, that's who I'm voting for. But I'm a little disappointed in him. He should have, with the hearings and the fucking bullshit, unprecedented fucking recall, the hearings and fucking going on I haven't caught up because I watched the Mario movie yesterday and I just blitzed out and I wasn't on the internet at all. Yeah, exactly. He should have said no. He should have said, nah, I don't recognize this Soros-backed kangaroo court. You have no authority over me. This is unprecedented. I am not. No. I don't want none. You ain't getting none. Please and thank you. Goodbye. That's all he should have said. Should not have gone down there. Should not have submitted. You know, then they wouldn't let him do a press tour. He's playing their rules. He's playing their fucking rules 100%. And that is one of the things I don't like about Trump is he continuously plays by their rules. And it's just, it's saddening. It's saddening to see. He should just say fuck off, like straight up. Like he should act a little bit, just a little bit like the character that they portray him as. this brash, blowhard. He's not like that in real life. He's a businessman. He's level-headed. He's very smart. He's very smart man. He is. And I just wish that he would act like that brash monkey that they portray him as every once in a while, especially when he's getting attacked. But he doesn't. He plays right into their hands. He goes along with what they say. He goes on and does interviews with the mainstream media instead of going on like, Crowder or something like that. He just plays into their hands. He's posting on Trumpet. It should have been called Trumpet. Truth Social. He posts on there, which is fine. He owns it, but it's a dead site. He should just go back to Twitter where he'll have the most reach. But again, that's playing into their hands, so I don't know what. But he should have just told them to fuck off and forced them to come and get him, to extradite him with force, rallying, people behind him. That's what it's going to take. I'm not saying I want that, even though I literally just did say I want that. I'm emotionally charged over this. You fucked me up, Sam. You fucked me up. I'm pretty emotional about this stuff. But the man has not played hardball. And if he does, it's going to get messy. So I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't know. We all just want, our team to go hard. And when they don't, sometimes we don't see the finesse and the finagling that is required sometimes. Which I suppose makes him a good president because, he does have a lot of that, the finessing, even though they pretend he doesn't. I'll tell you one thing, though. For a second there, I was kind of on the fence. I was like, if DeSantis runs, I don't know who I would vote for. And then DeSantis came out and fucking bashed Trump with a lame joke and fucking said, oh, well, I'm staying out of it if they come to Florida. That was his first failed litmus test. We don't really. DeSantis is a good guy. He does great stuff for his state, but we haven't seen like what he would actually do on like a national scale when it comes to like the Constitution and stuff. And he failed his first litmus test, in my opinion. He should have said, "We will not allow this." I'm not going to go into it, but he didn't, though. He didn't. He literally said he's going to stay out of it and let the federal government come in and rape and pillage his state for an unprecedented means if the situation arised. I lost all respect for DeSantis at that. Not all respect. Again, who else are we going to vote for? But I'm definitely vote for Trump over DeSantis if it comes to that. I don't think it will. But now you got me all fucked up, Sam. You got me all fucked up. But yeah. Look how fucking tiny my head is. It's not too bad with the haircut. Hell fucking yeah. Hell fucking yeah. I live in Seattle. I gotta fucking hide this shit again. They'll kill me on the streets wearing that shit. Straight up. They murdered that guy in Portland. Stupid bastard walking around in Portland with a fucking Make America Great Again hat. Like, I got pride, but not that much pride. Shit. We're supposed to be talking about straight up. Oh, man, it's crazy here. I don't know where you live, Sam, but I live in Seattle, Washington. It is. We still have Biden. We still have fucking Biden. The things you put in your lawn, the spikes, the signs. We still have those around in people's yards. I live kind of in a nicer neighborhood. We got pride flags everywhere, everywhere. Everywhere on the it's weird, man, because Middle America is hidden here too. So like, I don't live in like Seattle, downtown Seattle. I live in a suburb. So we got our main streets. We got the main Pac Highway, Pacific Highway that runs up through the state, right? And right on the fucking main highway, we got just Biden stickers, Black Lives Matter posters, the communist fists, pride flags, the weird pride flags that are all the different colors that mean something that, you know, we don't know what the hell it means. Trans, just all the weird, because you got to have 100,000 different pride flags. I didn't even know they fucking called. I didn't even know there was that many until I was playing Call of Duty. And then if you could go into the settings and set like your background and shit, they got the different flags. You would think they'd have the different country flags. Nope, they got like 15 different type of pride flags. I didn't even know there was that many. A gay man is called a. I know, faggot. I get it. Why can't you say it? Type in faggot. I want to see if I don't have any chat bots or anything like that. Type that in. I want to see if I could see it. I want to see if it'll censor it. I want to see if it'll censor it. Just type in faggot. I want to see if it'll censor it. I'll do it. But if I do it, I don't know if I could bypass the stuff. This is strictly for censor purposes. See, it works when I do it, I think. Or is that hidden for you? I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, so like on the main highway, we got just tons of that shit. All the businesses there. Is it? It's hidden. Oh, it's hidden when I typed it in? Or yours is hidden? Because I straight up typed that shit in. I don't know if it'll show it. Right fucking there. It looks backwards, but it's not. Straight up. Anyway, on the main highway with all the businesses there, like the car washes and pawn shops and shit like that, that's all you see. And then when you go down the side streets, when you go down the fucking side streets, where the houses are and the government buildings and shit like that, like libraries and stuff, you have all that propaganda there as well. But it's when you turn off the side streets down into the crisscross suburb neighborhoods, like buried deep in the suburb, that isn't on a main arterial, where it's just residential housing and shit like that. That's when the shit disappears. When you just got the houses, that's when all the American flags are there. There's this one area. It's not a town or anything in specific, but it's just a bunch of houses like deep in between. So there's like the main highway, and then there's like the arterial that goes off the main highway. I kind of live down by the elbow, right? All in this square here, off the main highway, off the main arterial roads, in between, right? Buried deep in there. All the suburb houses and shit with all the side streets that crisscross that you can't. That's all like American flags and shit like that. So you got like red-blooded Americans living here that, you know, wave the American flag, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them, you know, vote Republican and stuff like that. Maybe they're liberal, but you got a lot of that shit. And he's gone. He just came by to say some slurs. But yeah, it's all American flags, like red-blooded American shit in there. It's only like on the main streets and on the main arterials and the highways do you have the propaganda. And it's very clear to me, even here in a liberal stronghold, in a, you know, in a Seattle suburb, when you turn off the main arterials, it's very red-blooded American here, with American values and stuff like that. We got like an army flag. My aunt is really like, she's got TDS. And we were walking, we went for a walk, and we were down these off the main arterial down in these residential areas and some of these side streets and shit we've never been into. And I was telling her, like, I was giving a speech on how the mainstream media lies. I was like, you gotta stop listening to the mainstream media. Because she was like, I'm a Politico. I kind of watch and pay attention to the news. Like, I really pay attention. I really know what's going on compared to the average person. Compared to someone like my aunt who she'll say something that I heard about a week or 2 weeks ago. It's just making its rounds finally to the mainstream media because they're slow on that shit, and then they give it a spin. She'll repeat shit that I know she's getting from mainstream media. I think she gets it mostly from like Facebook groups and stuff like that. Anyway, she was repeating some stupid shit, and I was telling her, no, this is America. Like, look around. You know, there was American flags hanging off of all the streets. The yards were nice. It wasn't. We kind of live. Well, we live right by a ghetto. You know, there's like a ghetto on the other side of the highway there. I'm on a main arterial that's very corporate, like owned housing and stuff like that. And the suburbs where people own nice houses are like buried deep in there. We're walking in there. She felt very uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. And it was strange to me. It's like, why are you, she was acting like a white supremacist is just going to like see people walking outside and run out and attack them. Like a white supremacist is going to attack two fucking white people walking around. That doesn't make any sense. I felt safe as fuck. I was like, this, right? And she was pointing out, oh, what kind of a scary flag is that? I bet you they own guns. It was a military flag. It was an army flag. It was an army flag. There was an army vet there. And I said, that's probably the safest place to be is his neighbor. I said, if there's a break-in or anything like that going on in any of these houses, he will be there, rest assured, before anyone else, before the police could get here. He will be there. He will kick down the door if needs to be, and he will save you. He will do the job. It's like having your own personal 911 there at all times. If he hears a scream or anything like that, you better believe it. That is his neighbors are the safest fucking neighbors in the entire state, in the entire city here. She just didn't get it. She just didn't fucking get it. Message retracted. All right, I'll bite. I'll search it. Let me copy and paste. Here we go. I bet you're getting really good right now. You know, once I have 1 million followers, I'm not going to be able to do this shit. I'm looking at the images. I'm looking at like a family, like a dude. He looks like a younger. He looks like a combination between Charlie Kirk and Seth MacFarlane. With a fucking wife I would fuck the shit out of. And they got a bunch of kids. They're a YouTube channel? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they are. There is a channel on YouTube, yeah, with a mentally ill father and child. Oh, that's the reason why it looks like that. That's ableist. Don't say that. Yeah, I know someone who was like retarded. He had, I don't know what he had. It was when I was younger. So he wasn't my friend. He was my friend's friend. And I've seen him once or twice, like hanging out with my friend. My friend's name is Tobin. We were hanging out with Tobin, and he had a friend over. I met him like twice, so I knew of him, but I never met his family or his dad or anything like that. So Tobin's friend, I forget his name, Tobin would tell me this story all the fucking time because Tobin would like go to his house and shit. We were young, like 12, 11, 12. This is right before I got put in the group home. he would tell me this story every once in a while. He said his dad is retarded. And I don't know what his actual condition was. I don't know if he got hit by a car or was born that way. I assume he was hit by a car or some sort of accident that made him like that after the fact. But his kid, right, that was our age, the friend, he was our age and everything. And so my friend would tell this story that his dad would come home from work or wherever the fuck he's coming home from the fucking daycare center. I don't fucking know. That's very insensitive to me. Okay, so I used to work in the mental health field, so I'm really fucking, man, I am a Seattleite. I am a liberal. I'm a classical liberal, as Dave Rubin would like to put it. I am. I really am. I have liberal sensibilities. But this far left shit. There's a difference between being liberal and being left. The identity politics, the communism, the far left shit that has taken over the idea of liberalism. I am not down with that at all. You know, I realize that you know, I haven't been left this whole time. This whole time I've been libertarian. Anyway, so I used to work in the mental health field for a brief moment about 15 years ago. And so I don't like using words like retard and other things like that. But it's been so long. I've been out of the game so long. I no longer practice anymore. So I'm very far removed. So if I get weird talking about mentally ill stuff, I have a soft spot for the stuff. You know, I have and also growing up in the system myself, I'm privy to a lot of information there. I don't like to bastardize it, but I will still say retard. But I don't know what this dad's condition was. So long story short, I do this a lot. I'll go to tell a story, and then 2 hours later, I still can't get the dick out. He would come home from wherever the hell he was, and he would get mad over random shit. Apparently, the dad would get mad over random stuff and want to beat the kid's ass randomly for no reason. Like, I guess he used to be a real son of a bitch back in the day, and now that he's a retard, he just does it retarded. So his friend Tobin was over at his house once, and the dad came home. I don't know where the fuck the mom was. Apparently the mom would have to like wrangle him. No, honey, it's fine, everything's fine, you know. But he would like whip off his belt and be like, "Where are you? I will give you a spanking." That was Tobin's impression of the dad. But man, straight up, I called that shit out. You're like, search this shit up. And I looked and I was like, I don't know who these people are. The dad looks like a fucking weirdo, like he's got a condition. Turns out he does. That shit is true. You could fucking tell. The guy in the YouTube video had to have been born with it, right? Because you don't look that way unless you're born with it. That's a thing. Fucking retard face, gay face. My friend's cousin, who I met a few years ago, when I met him, he was a young kid. He was like he was estranged. He was estranged from his family, and at the age of 16, he finally came into the fold and met his real family and everything, the Bosnians. But he didn't grow up with them. He grew up in Alaska with like a super Christian family. Anyway, when I first met him and everything, I was like flipping him shit and everything. One of the first things I told him is, "You got gay face." The dude was in the closet. He goes by the name of, his name was Jordan. He goes by Lexi now, and wears a dress, gets pounded in the booty by some gay mountain man in Montana right now. And while he plays Fortnite. I'm not making this shit up. I'm not. That sounds wild, but that's what's going on with gay face Jordan. Living the dream. But yeah, it's a thing. Gay face and retard face. I got two people watching this train wreck. Who's the other one? I was supposed to be talking about the goddamn Mario movie today, you guys. Jesus Christ. I guess I'll save that for the video. Yeah, the whole... I don't know, man. In that situation, I feel bad for the child, and I feel bad for the mother. I don't know. You gotta weigh... I don't know. It is what it is. This is where the liberal side of me comes in. I'm not going to defend it and say it's right. I'm not going to, push this bullshit on other people, because I damn well know that ain't for me. But I will say this, though, and this is where the liberal side of me comes in. At least this is the way it used to be here in the Seattle. Different strokes, different folks. You do you. As long as you're not stepping on other people's toes and being overbearing and demanding they fucking conform to your ideals, I'm fine with what everyone does. Here's the situation. You got a wife who I assume is able-bodied, who's got to take care of 2 children, or however many children they have, plus one, the one being the father. I don't know what he does, but it's got to be tough. Like, I'm talking from my own, not experience, but from my own perspective. If my wife was retarded, if she got hit by a car and I got to take care of her, or she was paraplegic or something like that, that's tough. Now, then you think about like army wives and stuff like that. I just watched a YouTube video. They were talking about bunker bunnies, I think they were called. The fucking women. Apparently the fucking army is completely co-ed now. It didn't used to be that way. It didn't used to be that there were women in there fucking everyone. That would be wild. That would be fucking wild. If my wife went off, decided she wanted to join the army, well, first of all, I wouldn't let her. I would not let her. If she insisted, that would be a divorce. You're not going off, bunking up, getting naked and shit, and showering with a bunch of fucking... No. But there, apparently that's a thing, and the bunk bunnies are the ones who fuck everyone in the barracks. Barrack bunnies, that was it. The army is so fucking different now. But that shit would be crazy. That shit would be absolutely fucking crazy. Men and women just going off and stuff like that. Anyway, my point is, I'm not talking about the weirdos, the gross ones, but the good ones, the good wives, whose men go off and serve and then they come back and shit like that. They do a tour or two. It's got to be real tough on them, especially if they come back and they don't have their legs and shit like that. What do you do? So if my wife ever got into a car wreck and she lost her legs and she couldn't, actually she could still do her job. I'd have to wheel her fucking ass down there every fucking day, but she could still do her job. Turn her into a cam girl. She could spread her nubs. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, how I'm still a liberal. Now that shit is tough though, especially for the mom. Having to deal with that shit. Although if they're a YouTube channel and she's literally pimping her family, there's a reason why my wife ain't on camera. She made a brief cameo yesterday. But oh man, that was too much. They had to leave. I made the nub comment and they're out. I'm sure I caught a report. Look what you did, Sam. If my channel goes down, I'm blaming you. Yeah, shit would be tough for the wife of this dude. What did you call him? The Saccone Jollies. What a weird fucking name. The Saccone Jollies. Is that their names? Their last name? Jolly? Or Saccone? I assume it's Saccone. Sassoon? I don't know. It's Italian. If it was Indian, I'd be able to pronounce it. Everything up here in Washington is named Indian names. All the cities: Seattle, Chief Seattle, Spokane, Tukwila, Walla Walla, Olympia. I don't know if Olympia is... Yeah, it definitely is. There's an O and a Y in there, yeah. No, that's Greek, right? I don't know. Got to be tough for someone like her, though. You see the mask slip every once in a while. Who was the streamer? Amaranth. Amaranth was on stream. Apparently they keep it a secret that she's married, but a lot of people don't realize Amaranth is married. She was on a stream and she was caught crying. I saw the viral video where she was crying because her husband was like pushing her to do some shit that she didn't want to fucking do or something. And she was just like, oh, fuck, I can't fucking take this. Fuck him. You know, it was his idea. He wanted to do this shit. I don't want to fucking do it. You know what I mean? So I guess my point is you know, a lot of people were acting like a lot of people were attacking both ways. A lot of people before that clip were like, oh, Amaranth is a whore. She's married. She's out there putting her shit on the internet. And the husband just got to take it. What kind of man is he? Then it turns out, you know, shit was his idea. And turns out he's a pimp. Turns out he's pretty much a pimp. They're just legally married and he's pimping her ass out. And it's a union. They're both doing it. No one's doing anything illegal or against the other one's wishes, despite tears. But after that clip came out, then people are like, oh, he's a piece of shit making her do this. Neither are true. Neither are true. The truth is both of them are in a shitty fucking relationship doing shit that they probably shouldn't be doing for the other one's benefit. And I view the Amaranth situation with her fucking hoeing herself out on the internet when she's got a fucking husband, and the husband who's fucking taking advantage of his so-called wife. Like, they're both shitty people doing shit that they probably shouldn't be doing, but they want to be together. They want to do that. Let them fuck their lives up. I just hope they don't have kids. I view that situation the exact same as the Jollies. That, you know, they both probably shouldn't be in that position, but it's the one that they chose, and it is what it is. About the family. The family had a boy child they allowed to transition into a girl while the dad identifies as a non-binary. You know, with all that trans stuff, I think it's ridiculous for sure. I think it's ridiculous, no doubt about that. My stance used to be, you know, protect the children. And you know, that is still my stance, protect the children. Just a general edict I'm going to throw out there, protect the children, right? Having grown up in the system, away from my parents, away from my family, where my legal mother figure was a ward of the state, was a counselor. Her name was Cara, a very nice woman. My stance on family is a little twisted. You know, I am damaged goods when it comes to that. Especially when it comes to the dynamic with my own family and my wife's family. But having grown up in the system, a ward of the state, having been in and out of multiple group homes, having a foster mother, you know, while I transitioned into adulthood, I am not a fan of government intervention, especially when it comes to the family, especially when it comes to the family of any kind, of any kind. And I'm going to trash the right here a little bit for once, right? They talk about parental rights and save the children and all this stuff. And they don't want government intervention. But when it comes to parenting, and children, then they're all for the government coming in and daddy government coming in and doing everything that they could do. Taking kids away and telling the parents what they can and can't do. I'm not with that. I'm not with that. So, you know, that's what I'm not with. Of course I do. For multiple things. Of course. Why wouldn't he be impeached? For sure. The way the lockdowns, we're currently in a recession. multiple things. The whole laptop thing, getting his cut, it has been proven. I'm not a smart enough man to remember everything, but it has been proven for sure he should be. I ain't afraid to say it out loud either. Biden should be impeached for sure. Not just for one thing, but multiple things. That's another reason why I don't like the Republicans. What are the Republicans doing? Are they bringing forth charges? What are they doing? Oh, yeah, that's right. They're doing nothing. But yeah, I when it comes to parenting, I'm not a fan of the government telling a parent what they can and can't do. And that includes, unfortunately, fucking your kids up. It's like the saying goes, it's not my baby. And that's true. It ain't. It ain't my fucking kid. You want to fuck your kid up? You want to chop his shit off? Chop his shit off. It's sad. It's sad in the same way that, this dad of my friend got hit by a car or something like that, and now he's retarded. It's sad in the same way that, a good army wife, her husband has to come home and he's got no legs. It's sad. Some shit, I understand, some shit is out of your control. You don't choose that. But other things, this is a choice. They're choosing to do that. I understand that. But it's still unfortunate, and it's still a reality we got to live with. And it's their fucking kids. And here's the truth, too. Here's the truth. I don't believe in eugenics. I don't believe that we should control the population and say who does and doesn't get to live and procreate and stuff like that. However, I do see the detriment of, let's say, two retarded people having a child and procreating and then having their offspring out into the world where they could procreate and spread their fucking shitty genes. They're shitty genes. There just is. And I'm not talking about race and black people and brown people and stuff like that. I got shitty genes. I got fucking diabetes before I was 40. I've never been a fatty. I've always been a little overweight. Like, you could see me. I've slimmed down a little bit, but you could see me. Right? I still got some tits. Right? I still got kind of a gut. You can't really see it, but like I've always been a little husky, but I've never been a fatty, right? I shouldn't be in diabetes territory. I've never downed the sugars, right? I shouldn't have diabetes. Just I shouldn't be. It's abnormal for a person my age this early with my diet, someone who moderately exercises, especially like later in life. I shouldn't have it, but I do. And it's unfortunate, and I got shitty genes. I'll mention it every once in a while, especially if I'm like online playing a game, Call of Duty, right? They'll call me a fatty. Every time someone in the lobby, when it gets brought up, and it gets brought up more than I would like. Of course, I'm the one that mentions it, but we're always talking about cheesecake or some food or beer. And I can't help myself. I chime in. I was like, yeah, I can't do that no more. Like, I hear all these people talking about food and drink, and I'm like, oh. So I mention it, right? There's always someone who calls me a fatty, who tries to make fun of me. And I'll be straight up like, no, I'm not really. And they're like, well, how do you get it? I was like, just shitty genes. My point being is that shitty genes are a thing. And if my ancestors stopped breeding people with diabetes genes, maybe I wouldn't have diabetes at this point. But I don't believe we should impose that on other people. So we're coming full circle to my grand point here. If these people want to fuck retards and have retard babies, and then, that's not good for society, but that's their choice. Likewise, if they want to chop their kids' fucking junk off so their kids can't have babies and remove themselves from the gene pool, okay, I support that as well. It goes both ways. There are certain things I'm not afraid to say I don't agree with. You know, this woman marrying this retarded guy, having kids with him, I don't agree with that. It's bad for society. It is. It just is. But I support their choice in doing so. Now, this works in, our favor. If they want to chop that kid's junk off and transition it, I don't agree with that either. But at least in that situation, it's good for society, because that kid could grow up to be fine. I don't know. But if they're being raised by those parents with those views, the last thing we want is that kid to grow up and have a family of its own, putting that shit out there, So 100, 200 years from now, when the kid's got some bad fucking genes, they're like shouting at great, 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 great grandpa, why didn't you, like me with the diabetes. If they want to remove themselves from the gene pool, let them. So I'm not in support of the trans stuff, but like I said, it's not my baby. It's theirs. And I'm not a fan of government intervention. So maybe that's a take I don't see very often. I go to left-wing sites, read the left-wing comments, and they're all in support of that shit. I go to the right-wing sites and the right-wing comments, and they're all, oh, we got to protect the kids. I kind of have, I feel, a unique stance that's kind of in between them. Like, let them do what they want to do as long as it doesn't step on anyone's toes. And let's be honest, like if I'm talking to the right-wing crowd, let's be honest. They're removing themselves from the gene pool. That's good for everyone. Let them do it. It might make me sound like a monster, but I sound equally like a monster if I say I'm against, I look like a demon to one group when I say something, but when I say it a little different, I'll sound like a demon to the other group. The important thing is you got to stay true to your core values. Likewise, you got to figure out what your core values are. Are you really against government intervention? Do you really believe parents should be able to govern their own children? If you do, then you should support the parents being able to do whatever it is they want to do here, as long as it doesn't impede other people's ability to do the same. And if they want to transition their child, it's sad. It's not the kid's fault. It sucks. I don't agree with that. But they are removing themselves from the gene pool, and that's a good thing, regardless if you agree with it all or not. Also, yeah, government intervention. I'm not for it, and that comes with all the good and the bad. Now, if actual parents would start doing actual parenting, things would be a lot better. But they don't, because I'm from the millennial generation. We suck. We don't know how to parent. Man, you got me all fucked up. How long has this stream been going on? Almost an hour? I'm trying to keep these things short. I can't do this 5, 6, 7 hours a day if I'm gonna be doing this every day. So I gotta wrap it up, Sam. I gotta wrap it up. But it was fun. It was fun interacting with you. I had no idea who these people were. It was a good conversation. Yeah, hopefully I gave you a little something to think about when it comes to things. Just don't. My only advice is don't feel like you need to sell the company line. You could be right wing, you could be conservative. Hell, you could even identify as Republican. But don't feel the need at all times to just wave the company flag. When it comes to the transition stuff, it's stupid. It's insanity. I don't know why anyone would want to do it. But hey, it ain't your kids. And I understand the sentiment of protecting the children, but that's like protecting the children from an outside force. That's like protecting children from, government intervention, because we have government intervention where they've sided with certain entities and groups to take kids away on that precedent, It's crazy stuff. So you just kind of got to figure out what your values are, and the left and the right be damned. I thought I was a liberal for so long, and then about 2016-ish, with the rise of Trump, I thought I was conservative. I was wrong on both occasions. Another thing, the right hates me when that conversation happens is the conversation around abortion. They hate what I have to say when it comes to abortion because, hot take, but I do not believe a child should be aborted at 9 months because they're a fucking child and not a fetus at that point. And I do not believe life begins at conception. While you're still in the fucking throes of your orgasm, there is no life there. It does not begin at conception. I'm sorry, it doesn't. There's a difference between life and a life. A tree is alive. That's a fact. A tree is not a life. If you chop it down, it's not going to cry. It doesn't have a soul. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Same could be true for a clump of cells. So there's got to be some sort of middle ground there. You just got to kind of figure out what you believe in, what you think, and not get so angry when one side or the other kind of questions it. The problem, of course, while there is hyperpolarization and one side in particular isn't willing to have a conversation, it is one side that's, for the most part, being crazy. It is one side. And of course, we both know what side that is. That's the far left. They are crazy. They are violent. They can't hold a conversation. It's all emotion and feelings over facts. And everything about that is pushing me away. Everything about that is pushing normal people away. But, the problem with normal people, the problem is normal people. The problem is normal people. They're so easily fooled. Like my aunt with the mainstream media and people who don't pay attention. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know what to do. Red pills are for children. When you get to adulthood, that's when you get the black pill. That's kind of where I'm at, to be honest. I've been black pilled hard, and sometimes it's just goddamn depressing because I don't know what the fuck I just hope I die before the country goes all the way down. I don't know. That, though, sounds preferable to the AI future, where everyone has implants and everyone's a cyborg. I have no piercings and no tattoos on my body. I am completely, the most artificial thing I have is I don't even have the fakest thing I have in or on my body are my fillings and my teeth. I am completely pure. And that's in part spiritual and also in part it's just what I want. And so the prospect of having like a brain implant and being part cyborg and being uploaded to a machine or something like that, that sounds like hell on earth. It sounds horrible. I want to be gone and dead and buried way before that shit happens. So, the whole, Civil War and our rights getting taken away and stuff like that, that sounds preferable to that future, which I believe both will happen eventually. But like I said, I hope I'm long gone before that. It's been fun, Sam. But I got bitches to fuck, drinks to drink, and games to play. So I hope I will catch you tomorrow. Yesterday we had Scott. Today we got Sam. It's been fun, guy. Now I will awkwardly look around while I try to end the stream. I'll end it on a face.